All right, today I'm going to be reacting to All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. If you guys are new to this channel or you just haven't been paying attention, I did the entire Beatles discography except for Abbey Road. But I hear that this is probably one of the best solo Beatles albums, if not the best. I will say that the track list here is kind of just really confusing and throwing me off, especially on Spotify. It says this album's 28 songs, 2 hours and 5 minutes, but I did a little bit of research. And some of these tracks are just like bonus tracks, so I'm not going to be doing it the order that it's in on Spotify here. There's some tracks that I'm going to get rid of, and it does cut it down to like an hour and 15, which is a lot more doable for a reaction video. So yeah, hopefully I'm not excluding tracks here that are essential, but yeah, this track list is just kind of a mess, so this is the best that I could do. We're going to hop into it. I'm going to stop yapping. Make sure to go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. There's a link in the description down below. And we're going to hop into the first track, which is I'd Have You Anytime. Let's go. I think I've heard this. This sounds familiar.
Let me in here. I know I've been here. All I have is yours.
Great little guitar riff. Man, there's something so calming about the mix here and just these instrumental textures.
All I have is yours. I know I've been here.
That's a great chord. Beautiful. Right off the bat, it just sounds amazing. Like, the way everything's mixed here is so... It feels like kind of clean and pristine, but there is also a little bit of noise and fuzz to it in a way, to the point where it's not like too clean or touched up. I love the way the guitars sound here. It's going to be interesting because you think the Beatles, at least my thinking is like John and Paul are like, I guess, the most popular members of the band. George feels like a little bit of an underrated member, I guess. You definitely see like he's definitely a huge part of the Beatles, but it's going to be interesting to see his identity as like a songwriter and just an artist in general come through here, and really I feel like get to know him better as an individual artist. So that was good. Very chill, very laid back, very calming kind of track with some really beautiful chord changes as well. So yeah, let's keep going. My Sweet Lord is next. This has 600 million streams. Holy. Oh. I like those bright strums. Whoa! Nice.
Really wanna see you. Really wanna be with you. My sweet Lord. Really wanna see you, Lord.
Drums picking up here.
Really wanna see you, Lord.
Oh, the progression here. Oh, that's so good. I mean, this is another really pretty track. Like, both tracks so far have been pretty, like, minimalistic lyrically, which I kind of like because it just kind of lets the music, like, float and just kind of like wash over you. And that's really what this track feels like, with just the repeated phrases, beautiful kind of call and response between the main vocal and the backing vocal. Really a religious feel to the track, which might be an obvious thing to say with all the religious imagery, kind of more like a gospel-y feel to it. And I just like the overall progression of it. It just kind of like builds in a really satisfying way and just kind of creeps up on you in a, I don't know, just a satisfying track in general. Let's keep going. I'm getting the sense that maybe this album is going to be more just kind of like trying to subtly convey like a feeling instead of being like super conceptual, layered, like deep songs, you know? Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe there will be some of those, but at least for right now, it feels like it's just kind of trying to like wash over you and just like convey a very like specific feeling. So let's keep going. Wah Wah is next. Is that a reference to a baby or is that a reference to like a wah guitar? I don't know. Let's see. Damn. Oh, nice and dirty.
All the
I think he is talking about a guitar. I love how distant and like far back those vocals are. Are there some horns in there? That's cool. Okay, maybe I don't know what the wah wah is referring to. It's definitely a wah guitar on this song, but I don't know. Oh my god, I love how muddy this is. That bass line? That was good. Oh, we got a car driving off in the distance. Wow, I mean, I was a little bit worried after the first two tracks that like a lot of this album was going to be one-dimensional. But that track is very different from the first two, sonically especially. Just such a dense, dirty, muddy mix. It feels like you really got to like peel through the mix to hear what's going on. But I like how cloudy everything is. It's really interesting, and I feel like it ties in with the lyrics here really well. Apparently, this was recorded after one of the Let It Be sessions where George was feeling, as Genius says, undervalued and pushed around. And it says something about he had a disagreement with McCartney about his guitar playing on the song Let It Be, which I remember in that reaction, I was looking at Genius and it said something about like, again, like a guitar part being criticized for being like messy or whatever. I didn't think it was actually that bad, but okay, that's interesting to know the context around this track. Wah wah was a term meaning headache, and like I said, also a guitar effects pedal. Of course, you got the wah wah guitars in there. I mean, it had to have them. If it didn't have them, it just wouldn't feel right. This feels like kind of a retaliation by George and kind of like just saying, okay, you don't like my guitar playing? Let me just do a whole track of wah wah guitar. And even in that messiness, in that muddiness, I guess, you could hear some really cool like guitar licks, and those vocal harmonies of the wah wah was really interesting. Some good bass lines as well. So yeah, really good. Let's keep going. Isn't It a Pity is next. 7-minute track.
We break each other's hearts. Some things take so long. Not too many.
God, the strings coming in here. I want to say things, but I don't want to interrupt this like intense wall of sound that's going on right now. There's a subtle art to the fade out, you know? I feel like that'd be an interesting video topic. The subtle art of a fade out in music and how to execute it properly. You know, when it works, when it doesn't work. Like from a production standpoint, he's not just, who's producing this? Is it Phil Spector and George himself? Okay. They're not just like lowering the volume of the entire track, like all of the different elements of the track equally. You know, it feels like they're taking tastefully and intentionally lowering the volume, whether that's literally like just playing quieter on your instruments, or I'm assuming those were, I don't know, were those real strings, were those synth strings? I don't know. But like, they're not just, again, okay, entire track, boom, let's quiet it down. They're taking certain things out. The timing of it feels really intentional, and it really works with tracks like this that are like kind of based around that loop and kind of like hammering this chord progression and this like vocal melody into your head. What an interesting like kind of pained track here that, again, like I was saying, just feels like trying to kind of vaguely portray this emotion and trying to like just kind of wash over you in a really patient and deliberate way. It seems like this is talking about maybe some fractured relationships within the group. But I do like how it could be taken as like somebody could apply this to their own life and their own relationships. All right, next track is What is Life? It's a good question. Dude, the bass tones on this album are so good. Okay. Very different from the last track. Oh, I love those descending chords. Dude, the percussion here is going off. It's crazy. I wonder who's doing drums. Is it Ringo still, or is it Phil Spector? Oh. Dude, those strings are going off. What the heck? Okay, that's a track that feels very like out of time with the 70s. You know, it feels like something, it almost feels like something that would be on like an early Beatles album. You know, it looks like it's the original song, or the song was originally intended for Billy Preston. The recording featured Eric Clapton. He's a guitarist, right? Yeah. Him and the Delaney and Bonnie band. Okay, so that's who was doing the drums and the percussion. They were going off. Yeah, just a really busy, fun track. One thing I have noticed so far is that George isn't afraid to just like hide his vocals a little bit more. Like, I feel like if this was on a Beatles album, the vocals would be a lot more upfront and loud in the mix. It seems like George is just asking a lot of questions on this album, which kind of goes in line with what I feel like a lot of his writing was on the Beatles stuff too. Very existentialist, kind of questioning the universe, just poking and prodding, and just more so asking questions than giving answers, which I think is when art is often at its best, is when it's not trying to come up with a concrete answer. It's instead exploring that gray area. Next track is If Not For You. Dude, I gotta say it. The production is so good on this album so far. Like, it's surprising me how cohesive it feels, but also how varied it feels at the same time. Like, none of these tracks sound the same. It's crazy. And then the vocals are a bit more upfront on this one. Oh, nice swing to that guitar. Nice piano in there too. Oh, okay. Here's some Dylan influence. Dude, the pairing of this harmonica and this organ is just euphoric right now. If not for you, the winter would hold no spring. Oh, that's my favorite. Easily my favorite. Just something about the instrumental textures and the combinations of those textures on this track that is just felt so euphoric. A nice like level of reverb and just atmosphere to all these instruments too. Like, it feels very folky and kind of Dylan-esque, but it is kind of fed through this kind of more atmospheric, kind of spacey filter. I don't have too much to say about it. I mean, it's just my favorite because it was constantly hitting me with like really, really interesting, again, pairing of textures that was just like it scratching my brain in a really satisfying way. Yeah, it's my favorite so far. Let's keep going. Behind That Locked Door. Why are you still crying? Oh. Let me take them from you. Oh. Nice warmth to that chord there. Oh, another track that just feels so like spiritual. It's crazy. That's great, man. That organ, oh. Come on, dude. Come on. That was so, I mean, back to back tracks that are easily my favorite so far. Just euphoric instrumentation. It's just beautiful. Like, I can't think of any other better way to describe it. That organ, these guitar tones, they're just so bright and like, but they still have like a level of mystery to them. This sounds incredible right now. I love the lyrics to this track. Please let out my heart from behind that locked door. Dude, come on. That track just feels like a flex. It's so good. Let It Down is next. Ah! It's kind of Pink Floydy. The piano, bro? What? Oh my god. I can't get over that piano. That's so good. Dude. Come on. This track is so soulful. It's smooth. It's crazy. Was Stevie Wonder involved in this somehow? What's going on here, bro? Bow, bow. Let it down. Where did this come from, bro? I hear the sax going off? Okay. I think that's my favorite so far. That is crazy that is the least streamed on this first half of that album. Only 7 million streams. I'm saying only, like that's a tiny number. That's a lot of streams still. But that is incredible. That's an incredible track. That is just such an interesting fusion of genres and sounds and stylistic words. I don't know. Words can't do it justice, man. That was incredible. Just the way it came in with the way those vocals were mixed too. It just, there's something so special about when a song starts and you can tell that it's like, you know, you're gonna love it and it's gonna become one of your favorite songs. And this is probably what this song is gonna be. Next track, Run of the Mill. Every track is just like so different too. It's insane. Dude, this is my shit, bro. This is good. Oh, I'm so excited right now. Love the way those kicks come in there. That rhythm is so good. Throw it all away. That's so good. Dude, I'm so off with my head bobbing because the time signature's throwing me off. Unreal, dude. This is... Guys. I did not expect to love it this much. These past 4 tracks are unreal. This run has been unreal. It's really like becoming clear to me how much of an underrated, underappreciated member of the band that George was, to me at least, before doing this video. And it seems like maybe even the Beatles themselves, like, or maybe just Paul and John, I don't know. It just feels like he's not as, he doesn't have as much of a fingerprint on the Beatles stuff. And it's a shame because it's clear that he is kind of a genius, to be honest. These songs are like transcending genres and transcending labels in a way that is just really exciting me right now. Next track that I'm going to be doing is Beware of Darkness.
Watch out now, beware of darkness.
Oh, I like that vocal delivery.
Take care, beware the thoughts that linger. Beware of sadness.
Oh. What an ending. What a track, man. It doesn't feel as like fusion-y as some of the other tracks. Like there's not as many stylistic things being combined here. It feels more like contained within like a traditional kind of genre. But that isn't to say that it isn't powerful and great. Specifically the lyrics, like talking about falling under like almost the guy, is guys the right word? Just kind of being like led astray by, I guess, people in power. Right here, watch out now, take care, beware of soft shoe shufflers. I love that alliteration there. Soft shoe shufflers, dancing down the sidewalks as each unconscious sufferer wanders aimlessly. Beware of beware of, I guess, the illusion of importance that we tend to put on things that maybe aren't actually that important. That's kind of what I understand that as. These lyrics are unreal, man. Like, I didn't love that track as much as the past 4, but still really, really good. Let's keep going. Apple Scruffs is next. God damn harmonica, bro. Whoa. Cool rhythm. That like voice crack in the harmonies there. I love how much we're playing with tempo here, and it's these speed ups and these slow downs. I love how this harmonica is very differently mixed from like a Dylan album too. What a kind of sweet, heartfelt track. Apparently Apple Scruffs is referring to Beatles fans who would wait outside Apple Records hoping to see the band coming or going. Sweet little track dedicated to fans. One thing I was going to say about the harmonica, we just did a Bob Dylan album. We did Bringing It All Back Home. And I talked about a lot on that album how the harmonica is mixed in such like a harsh, kind of ear-piercing way, which is, I think, intentionally done, or maybe it's just the constraints of technology at the time. But here it's very differently mixed, the harmonica. It feels like they're not, it feels like they're kind of taking out some of the high. I don't even know if they can do that at this time. I'm so clueless about what kind of like production technology they have at this time, but it feels less like, it feels like there's less high end, you know? It feels like it's not as like ear piercing, which is just like a stylistic choice. I don't think one way is necessarily better than the other. I think this is just how they wanted the harmonicas to sound on here, and I think it sounds great. I think it sounds great on Bob Dylan albums. Okay, let's keep going. Oh my god. Whoa. I'm trying to describe how it's making me feel, but it's just, I don't know, it feels so cinematic right now. It's this combination between this acoustic and this like modulating kind of guitar on top of it. It's so interesting. And then we kind of get into this up-tempo part with the piano here, just... Man. This is apparently dedicated to the guy that sold George his house. The cover art for All Things Must Pass was taken in the grounds of Freer Park in depicts Harrison. Blah, blah, blah. Statement stolen. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even notice the garden gnomes on the cover. I didn't even like register what that was next to him. Oh, it's kind of freaky looking. Oh my god. Dude, this album, okay, what? This album is like slowly revealing itself as like maybe the greatest thing ever. Why did I not register in that, how interesting this cover is? Let's just keep going. I lost everything I was going to say because of just realizing what actually is in the cover art. That's crazy. Okay, Awaiting on You All is next. How? I don't know. I don't know how your mind as a producer or just as a musician in general goes to something that sounds like this after what we had on the previous track. Like, it shouldn't work, but it does. This is so poppy, but so, like, disturbing at the same time. I've never, dude, I've never heard a song like this in my life. It's like, it's gospel-y, it's General Motors. Stock exchange is the only thing is qualified to quote us. I can't, guys, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. This album is just like discombobulating my brain right now. I don't know what's happening. That was, how do I even describe that? Like at its core, it feels kind of poppy and like, like, I don't know, kind of gospel-y, I guess, in a sense. But why does it sound like that? Why does it sound like... I did not expect to be so blown away and, like, have an experience where I'm like, I've never heard something like this, you know? Let's keep going. Nothing I say is gonna make sense of that. Oh my... And then we have All Things Must Pass. I've heard a lot about this track. I mean, it's the title track. Let's just go. Where do I even start? I mean, these lyrics are so, like, realistic, but, like, hopeful at the same time. I love this idea of all things must pass. Again, it's hopeful in the sense that, like, it's not always going to be this gray, as he says, but also the sense that sunrise doesn't last all morning. You know, like, it's not always going to be bad, but it's not always going to be good either, which kind of feels like an obvious thing to say, but it's something that I feel like is forgotten. I don't know, man. This track just hits really hard emotionally. Just has that classic feeling to it that, like, transcends time. This album is, George is he does such a good job at, like, just, like, portraying emotions that are hard to describe and hard to put your finger on. Yeah, that was really good. That was really good. It kind of got me choked up at points, so we're gonna keep going. I Dig Love is next. I dig your style too, man. Shout out if you know what that's a reference to. Dang. Oh. I love Dig. How I love Genius sometimes. Sometimes I hate it because it makes me, like, overthink things. I clicked on the annotation for I love Dig and it just says he loves dick. That shouldn't be funny, but it is. I don't know. Because I was just going to say, how high is George on this track? He's got to be pretty high to be saying, I love Dig. This instrumental idea is so sticky. It's so good. I love the drums in between it too. It's just... That was good. That was good. One of the more, like, fun tracks on this album. It feels like kind of a relief after the heaviness of All Things Must Pass. But I love it. I dig love too, man. I dig your style too, man. Next track is Art of Dying. Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm not ready for this. Oh, no. Just that title is already getting me worked up. Okay. This is not what I expected this track to sound like from the title. Oh, it's so good. I'm so happy right now. Dude. Oh my god. That got me so excited. Holy crap, dude. It got me so excited, but then the lyrics here are so... the lyrics are kind of beautiful, actually. I was gonna say, like, depressing, but kind of, like, a cleansing in a way. Is that the right word? Or just, like, yeah, just talking about the idea of death. Just, I guess, the fact that it's like we can't comprehend it in a way is kind of what I'm getting from this. It's incomprehensible for us, but it's like at the same time all we think about. So it's like that endless cycle, I guess. Yeah. Wow. Wow is all I can say because that track sounded so unbelievably good and the performance was so engaging. And then the lyrics here on top of it are unreal. It's one of my favorites. We're just going to move on to what I'm calling the last track of this. Again, if I'm skipping things that you guys think I should be reacting to, let me know down below. This track list is just confusing the crap out of me because there's anywhere I look, it's going to say, oh, it's like the track list it's saying is the original track list is going to be different than if I looked somewhere else. Like it's on Album of the Year, it's different than it is on Genius. On Genius, it's different than it is on Spotify. I even looked at the freaking Wikipedia page, so I don't know. All right, last track, Hear Me Lowered. Hello, you going to play? Oh my god. Oh.
Help me, Lord, please, to rise above this feeling. To the left and the right, above and below us.
The power to this is unreal. Love that. Dude. I'm so happy right now. I can't believe how good this album was. There's something so powerful about this track, and I guess just like more kind of like gospel adjacent music in general. The whole idea of religion inherently is like there's such a desire to like understand things with religion. Like religion itself is like an explanation for the incomprehensible, you know? So inherently music that is covering those kinds of themes is going to be so like, I don't want to say desperate, but there's like a level of yearning for understanding. It's such intense emotion, I guess is the best way to put it. That last track was fantastic. This entire album was fantastic. It's so varied. It's not one-dimensional at all. Every track sounds so different, but like nothing feels out of place. It's honestly a feat of it's a feat of songwriting, of course, but it's a feat of production and musicality and instrumentation and just fusing different genres and styles and just creating something that feels so timeless and classic. I can always tell, like, the first time after I listen to an album, if it's going to be something that I come back to and something that, like, is going to be important in my life, and this definitely is. Just an unreal album that really shows George, to me at least, as probably the most underappreciated member of the Beatles, at least from, like, I know, like, the hardcore Beatles fans really know how good George Harrison is, how talented he is, but from like a more removed perspective, like I was before I started doing Beatles reactions, from that kind of point of view, how underappreciated he is. Just what a talent. What a talent. There's my first reaction to All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. Again, if there's tracks on here that I didn't react to that you think I need to, let me know down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.